What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the DNA. Today we're going to be talking about riding shoes. If you've thought about riding shoes, you would have noticed there's a lot of different types of shoes out there, different shapes and sizes. So you might have gotten confused about which ones are for what and which one should you buy. So I was recently in a similar situation. So I'm just going to share a little bit about the things that I discovered, which might help you make your decisions as well. So here we go. So, first of all, the basics. The first thing that you need to make sure, which you absolutely need in a shoe that you're going to ride your motorcycle in, is to make sure that the shoe covers your ankle. Anything else will not work. The chances of you dropping your bike on your ankle is way more than you hitting your head on something. So safety wise, that might just protect you even more than your helmet would. So keep that on priority. If you have any other shoes that you're currently riding on, like your sports shoes or something, I don't care if you bought it for 200 rupees or 20,000 rupees, chuck them. Get something which is at least this tall, covers your ankle, even though it's not like CE rated and stuff. To start with, at least get something that is cushioned, and you want to make sure that your ankles are covered. In that way, it'll at least provide you some amount of support in case your bike falls on your ankle or if you go sliding on the road. And at the same time, it will also get you used to taller boots because as you upgrade to riding shoes, you'll notice all of them have those. If you have like a proper riding shoe which does not cover the ankle, I think they've just taken cost cutting too far because it really won't work without it. If you find one, don't buy it. Coming to the different types of shoes, we're widely going to just categorize it into three parts, which I think most of us fall into. If you are into something like track racing or motocross or things like that, there are dedicated boots for them, and I don't think this would be the right video to answer those questions for you. They are highly professional boots and you're just going to go buy them. I'm mostly going to talk about biking enthusiasts, people who have a motorcycle and who like to go places with it. Depending on what type of places you like to explore and what type of riding you do, we're going to just look at a few types of shoes. So firstly, talking about someone who rides into the city for most of the times. If you're like hardly somebody who would do long distances or highways, but your riding is mostly into the city, in that situation you can opt for something like these. Now these are not like hardcore protected boots, but everything is well cushioned, if you see, and at the same time it does support the ankle or cover the ankle. And these are mostly from the line of urban riding boots. These are from Fila. I didn't have to buy these, it was a gift from one of my colleagues, but almost all the sports shoe company brands have some or the other type of boot which is meant for biking. And it does come with a couple of advantages. Like if you do have like any kind of a sports shoe which covers the ankle, that's also okay, I guess. But these just attract me for a couple of reasons. Firstly, it has the strap here which makes sure that after you have fastened your lace, you can put your lace in here and just fasten these up. In that way you don't have to worry about these loops getting tangled around the shift lever or the brake lever. In that way, suddenly when you stop and you try to put your foot down and it is stuck and you're off balance and you go bang. So not something that happens every day, but the day when it happens, you don't want to be there. So that is that. And secondly, you do have these pads here. Now these are pads to protect your boots from your shift lever. When you normally upshift in that situation, I mean, I don't know why it has it on both the sides. I think you will need the other one depending on which year you bought your Royal Enfield, but I mainly just need this one because I never upshift my brake lever. So yeah, that's that. And it's like just a small thing, but it makes a big difference. And if you ride enough, you will notice that it makes sense, because if you look at something like this boot, it's like all blacked out over here. That's basically because of the levers. So yeah, I mean, what's wrong in having one? And it does have a little bit of reflective thingy at the back, so it's at least got a bright color. In case there's somebody riding or driving behind me, they will know that okay fine, there's something there. So the second type of riding we're going to look at is something that's got more to do with someone who really wants as much protection from their boots as possible, not looking at the minimum level of protection, you want something more. And at the same time, you're going to be spending a lot of time on your bike doing higher speeds and mostly highways and things like that. So anybody who's into touring, adventure touring, beginner levels of off-roading and things like that, you might have seen my recent unboxing video. Yeah, the Orazo. Why Orazo? It has steel toe, it has ankle guards, ankle protectors, it has a cushioned shin, and it is waterproof. It has the velcros in the right places. All of them, 5,000 bucks. I don't know another brand who can give me that, but yeah, it just works awesome. I just have it for like over 2 weeks now, and I find it very comfortable. I've just done short rides on it. Very soon we're going to be doing some long rides now that things are opening up. But this is one of the best options to start with, I think. In case you do have the money, you do have better options, but all of them are double the price of this or even more as far as I see it. So if you just want to start up, this should be okay. And one of the best things is it doesn't scream riding boots every time. So if you wear it with denims, it could just work out as a stylish looking tall boot that you're generally wearing, just like a leather boot. So now, thirdly, if you are somebody who doesn't like tall boots, you still want good protection, or if you want like one shoe that can be worn throughout the city or even on highways, if you're going highways from time to time and don't want to have like a separate shoe only for riding, you can consider something like these. Now these are my trekking shoes. These have actually been used for trekking throughout the country in Himalayas. That's one of the reasons why it's so beaten up, so dirty. I didn't buy them to keep them clean, so that's okay, I guess. But these are awesome. They come with hard toes. They provide decent amount of protection to your ankles, and because they're trekking shoes, you can also do other things in them. They are made to be comfortable. They are made to last longer when it comes to the wear and tear aspect of it. So buying one of these, I have this for about 4 years, I think, and I use it for everything until 2 weeks ago when I got the Orazo boots. Until then, this is what I was using, and it served me well, and I'm pretty sure it will continue serving me well if there are situations when I don't really want a very tall boot and a full geared protection is not what I'm looking for. I'll still go for these, and this will always come along when I'm hiking or trekking as well. So this is one of the good options if you want a one shoe solution that can do it all. If you do ride in cities a lot, if you do ride outside the city sometimes, and you just want like one shoe that you can just put on and go ahead with it, you can go with something like these. You can get good ones at Columbia, Decathlon, or other trekking shoes brands, so you can do your research on that. So that is that, but do not forget, I'm going to say this again, make sure it covers your ankle at least. And if you're new to the channel, do consider subscribing. I do have at least weekly content coming in about motorcycles, motor vloggings, traveling, things like that. I do have a couple of huge rides planned up, so if you like watching motor vlogs, I'm sure you're gonna have fun. And if you're not new to the channel and if you're still not subscribed, yaar ye dhokebazi wali baat ho gayi, pehle jaake wo karo. Anything else you want to know, drop it in the comments below. We will be in touch. See you again in the next video.